So, after the last part, I did a bit more off-camera stuff, mainly on the Timeless Isle, which, just to reconfirm, the Siege of Orgrimmar chapter is considered quote-unquote completed because all I did was the quests from Shalhau, which were just basically explaining how the zone works, as in go kill elite enemies, go loot treasures, and that's it. That's really all it was. Because that patch was basically just the Isle of Thunder, and then you had the raid. You just went and did the Siege of Orgrimmar raid, basically. So that chapter is considered over. It's also worth noting I've actually already done LFR Siege of Orgrimmar on this character, and actually went ahead and already did the quest that I did show on camera that you do when you defeat Garrosh, and you get the last remnant of Yasharaj, and you take it to Cho, and then you go over here. I'll even go ahead and show you. You can even see the little light right there. That shows the actual completion, because right over here is the tree that grows here when we turn in the last remnant of Yasharaj to, yeah, here's the cutscene.
Dear Emperor, it is done. The darkness that you once struggled against has been purged from Pandaria forever.
So I'll actually go ahead and hold off. You'll see the Celestials are here. These are the things here to let you see the two different versions of the cutscenes here, the Horde one and the Alliance one. I'll show that at the end, just to kind of put a little like bow on this playthrough. A little like, all right, that truly ends this playthrough, because that really is the end of Pandaria. When you defeat Garrosh, get that last remnant of Yasharaj, destroy it, and you grow that tree in that place where you, Cho, Shao Hao, and the Celestials can basically put a true conclusion to the story of Pandaria. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. But I just wanted to make that point that once I did those quests from Shao Hao on the Timeless Isle, it marked the Siege of Orgrimmar chapter as done, even though really it should be when you do that, but yeah, I guess technically you already have, but anyways. I also went ahead and tried to do some more of those achievements. As you can probably also see here, I have, in fact, finished the Timeless Isle, which got me the, let me go ahead and pull it out here, the, there it is. The Astral Emperor's Serpentling. Isn't it cute? So I got that done. And I also finished off the Veil of Eternal Blossom stuff here. I had already gotten this done, which was these things here. And I haven't shown you guys the Mogushan Palace. In fact, I probably should go ahead and show that to you before we actually head to the Throne of Thunder, or rather the Isle of Thunder, excuse me. What's funny is that apparently it says that I have not actually done those, the Scarlet and Sholomance dungeons on this character, which I find amusing. But anyways, so I did that, and I ended up getting exalted with the Golden Lotus, because they're just right over there, just kind of like on the other side of these. Alright, they're right over here in the Setting Sun Garrison, and you get dailies over here, which is like, hey, go take out some Mantid, go fight this Thunder Serpent down below, in this over here in the Gulai Halls. So you just go down there. You basically do these, you know, you even had this one where it's like hold off fighting 20 trainees. And yeah, you basically go ahead and do those. And like the other reps, it's actually quite easy to get exalted in this event. So I got that, which got me this achievement done, which gave me this mount. Yay! So I'm glad I have this mount, along with the Serpentling. So those achievements are now done. Which means there's only a couple left, or rather one left, and that's the Isle of Thunder one, which will give me the class arsenal, things I can acquire for each class. And then I can look to see the looking for group one. All I have to do is just take down Nalak just once, and that will, because I did go and get Undasa down. I also took down the other guys on the Timeless Isle, which of course included all 5 of the world bosses, and I finally figured out how to actually take down Ordos. I cannot believe I didn't. This is so stupid, because I'm mad at myself. So I used to run right up to here and just be like, where the heck do I go? I never tried getting to the edge of the bridge. Do you know what happened when I did? It immediately just magically teleported me to the other side. And I was just sitting there, just kicking myself in the head, thinking, why did I never try that before? And I just felt so stupid. Like, somehow, for some reason, I had never done that. Probably because I wasn't doing that on my Demon Hunter at the time. And on my Demon Hunter, I feel much more confident just going out and like, hey, what's going over here? Because I can just be able to glide or whatever. And I was just like, are you kidding me? So I was able to just go straight over here and fight Ordos for the first time. And yeah. Gosh, I felt so stupid. So I just realized there's something I want to do before we actually head to the Isle of Thunder. And it kind of plays into what's going to be going on when we get there. So I'm going to swap to one of my characters really quick. Let's see, there you are. I haven't shown you this dungeon yet, and it's... Other than the dungeons that got revamps, like Scarlet Hall, Scarlet Monastery, and Sholomance, it's basically the only dungeon left that I haven't really shown you. And it kind of plays a role in the story of what we're about to experience, because we're now going to be heading to the Isle of Thunder, which we have been getting teased and told by the Mogu and the trolls that the Thunder King is coming. He's coming back, right? Well, let's just say that what happens in this dungeon is actually going to kind of play a role in that, in terms of allowing... Yes, thank you, LNF. And allowing Lei Shen to truly grasp his power back as the ruler of the Mogu. And just to, like, recap, in the Pandaria category, like I said, I've shown you the Gate of the Setting Sun, I've shown you the Monastery, Nuzao Temples, the Brewery, and the Temple of the Jade Serpent. So, other than these 3, which don't really play a role in the story, they're just kind of like there as revamps, as part of other stuff, this one is the last one I haven't done yet. And it's actually right over here. So you're probably looking at this like, whoa, look at this place. Yeah, this is a palace that the Mogu, well, yeah, the Mogu Empire, yeah. So, it's right in here. I've been doing this dungeon quite a bit, so I have quite a bit, I can talk about what some of these fights are like, even though it's like, well... The ancient Mogushan Palace is the last true bastion of Mogu strength on mainland Pandaria. 3 of their great clans recently gathered at this stunning location to meet with their king, Zin the Weapon Master. This mighty ruler has formulated a bold plan to unite his scattered people and reclaim the glory of their fallen empire. With turmoil gripping Pandaria, Zin's lofty dream of conquest could become reality. Hello, Sinan.
Without our clan's strength.
Oh, by the way, you can hear them yelling because they're already over there like in a meeting. The Mogu cannot reclaim our rightful glory without our clan's strength! So yeah, they're shouting at each other.
Clans are beneath you, my king. They sully the great legacy of our people.
Do not be alarmed. I am projecting my dream self here in order to aid your efforts against the Mogu.
I hope to see you again soon.
The Mogu have reawakened and are a threat to all of Pandaria. They are on the cusp of becoming even more dangerous. There are 4 great Mogu kings of legend. Xian of the Endless Shadow, Meng the Demented, Qiang the Merciless, and Subutai the Swift. 4 artifacts of these kings are secreted away in the vault of kings past below. You must retrieve these relics before the Mogu discover them and become unstoppable.
Farewell. May your days...
A new king of the Mogu has arisen, Zin the Weapon Master. He single-handedly subjugated the Mogu clans, and now they and their new leaders vie for his favor. I've never seen or read of any who are his equal in battle. Do not underestimate Zin. Our fate rests in your hands.
Travel safe.
It's also worth noting that after this, there's one other thing story-wise that you're kind of supposed to do, which plays into the Isle of Thunder story, and that's the Mogushan Vaults raid. And the reason for that is because of the discovery we find when we look into the history with the Mogu and their emperors, is when we get down to the bottom and we discover Elegon, as well as the Will of the Emperor. And the reason for that is because the discovery is made that they, of course, were made by the Titans, and Elegon is, of course, kind of like Algalon from Ulduar. He's one of those like Titan
We are the greatest
constructs who's there to kind of like watch over things from the Titans. And then we find the Will of the Emperor, which is this incredible machine of making an absolutely endless, non-ending army. Just a massive, limitless army of soldiers. Soldiers that are just robotic constructs.
Our clan holds true to the way set forth by the ancients. We deserve the king's favor above all others.
It's a little hard for me to talk about this while they're yelling over there, but the relevancy of this is when we discover this engine, and Lord Walker Cho was with us through this entire raid, he makes the realization, if this engine that can create an endless army, and these things are no joke, like this is an endless army of constructs that are very powerful and strong. That's part of the point that's getting made when we discover it. If it fell into the wrong hands, like Lei Shen or Garrosh, we would be screwed. So the reason why you want to doing this raid story-wise makes sense before we go to the Isle of Thunder is because if Lei Shen had woken and found this engine and gotten this army, he would have won. We would have lost. The fact that we're able to do this raid and find this engine and destroy it before Lei Shen comes back and gets his hands on it is a huge deal. Absolutely massive deal. Because we basically save ourselves at that point. So let's go ahead and interrupt their meeting here that they're having. That they just keep yelling at each other about this. Because this is also very Mogu. I've been trying to draw attention to this as we've been going through. But you can just see like the way that the Mogu are going about this. That they are constantly just yelling at each other, like, you know, yelling towards Zin here in the middle, trying to gain his favor. These pathetic clans are beneath you, my king. They sully the great legacy of our people. Those other clans are nothing. We are the greatest. Our clan holds true to the ways set forth by the ancients. We deserve the king's favor above all others. They're just yelling back and forth about having the favor of the king instead of the others.
Ancients. We deserve the king's favor above.
And you can see them right here, like they're like on each side here, just yelling at Zin in the middle. The king of the clans trying to gain his favor about which clan is better and more superior, you know? Hi, Zin.
Useless, all of you. Even the god you give me in tribute can't keep these lesser beings from my palace. Breathe deep, men. Prove yourself now. Deal with these intruders. The clan who brings me their heads will have my favor. Clan Kargesh will demonstrate why only the strong deserve to stand at our king's side.
So, this is kind of a fun fight here, because if you try to run out the side, you're messing with the wrong Mogu, Nightborn. You should know what that is. Get back out there and fight. The fight is that way, Nightborn. So yeah, you try to get out, they basically just kick you back in there, like, get back in there and fight. Because it's very Mogu to do that, right? So this is a kind of a council fight, except it's one at a time. You're going to be fighting Haiyan, the Unstoppable here. In fact, let me read the thing here. This is called the Trial of Kings fight. Ming the Cunning, Kwai the Brute, and Haiyan the Unstoppable have journeyed to the palace with their clans, vying to prove their worth to their king. Come on. Yet these Mogu factions are plagued with bitter rivalries. Violence threatens to flood the palatial grounds, unless the bickering clans can find a way to test their strength without coming to blows with one another. Oh, by the way, I actually wanted to go ahead and show off the stuff with the Celestials and Ordos on camera, just like I did with the Shaw of Anger. Here's the problem. When I went to the Timeless Isle a moment ago, apparently the Celestial world bosses were bugged. As in, they weren't coming out to fight. So people were just standing there like, why aren't they coming out to fight us? Apparently Ordos, though, he's fine. Because I was hearing him yell from the top. I just didn't want to bother going up there and waiting for him. But at some point, I actually would like to go ahead and go up there just to let you, show. Because to me, seeing Ordos is part of helping tell the story of the Yongol. Because he's the fire god, and we all know how much the Yongol care about fire. But, so you get this, 3 different fights here. Hyan, I guess, he has Traumatic Blow, he's got Meteor, and he has Conflag, which you'll see that when he casts Conflag on me, that's what sends me to a Disorient here, so, anyways. So he casts Meteor on you, and of course you get hit by it, which does a lot of damage. And it's divided evenly among all players, so you have to make sure that everybody soaks it, otherwise it may just straight up one-shot you.
Impossible! Our might is the greatest in all the Empire. Clan Hathak will show all why they are the truest of Mogu.
So this is Ming, the Cunning. Masters of Wind and Lightning-based magic. Part of the Harthak clan. Hyan was part of the Kargesh clan, which are strong warriors who favor large weapons and fire magic. So he has Lightning Bolt. He has Magnetic Field, where he rapidly spins in place. You'll see it here in just a moment. He's got Whirling Dervish. He summons a Whirling Dervish that randomly moves around the arena, inflicting damage, knocking back all players in its path. You can see it there. Including the Mogu out there, and they're like, hey! Hey! Quit having it hit us! I love that. But he'll create a magnet. Alright, so here you'll see it. He spins in place, creating a magnetic field that pulls nearby creatures into its vortex, and they suffer lots of damage, including other Mogu. I love that these fights include other Mogu from the side. It's so funny to see.
Our clan is the true clan. No interloper can change that.
Clan Girthin will show our king and the rest of you power-hungry imposters why we are the rightful ones at his side.
So this is Kai the Brute, alongside Mushiba, who's part of Clan Girthin, favors the use of fist weapons, and prizes their Quillen companions. Mushiba is his loyal companion, and ceases fighting after the players defeat his master. So you want to defeat his master, not Mushiba. Mushiba has Ravage, where he'll tackle a random player to the ground and then ravages them. And he has Shockwave, which does that. Whee!
We will never surrender our right to rule the destiny of our people.
The very powers of the ancient titans are at your command, and you choose to...
Who allowed these outsiders in our halls? Only Clan Harthak or Clan Kargesh would stoop to such treachery.
This is so funny, watch this.
The dogs of Clan Gothan would point fingers at others for their own failures. Your clan is the most desperate. It must have been you. Clan Gothan is right. Only the honorless Clan Harthak could bring in a lesser race to do their bidding. You must betray us.
A well-scripted exchange, but we are not fooled. Your clans are clearly in league with one another. For the glory of our king, our empire, we will put you all down.
This is so funny to me. This is so Mogu. They all just devolve into fighting each other. They just start fighting each other after having this argument. Now here's another funny part. There's a Sorok! A Glintrock scout. A Sorok runs down a hidden set of stairs with some of the treasure that I was supposed to get there. Now this is also very Sorok. They don't care about the loot, they just care about looting it. And this is also really funny and indicative about the Mogu. The Sorok are down here looting their treasures in their palace, and the Mogu just don't seem to even notice or even care. Which is like, yep, this is just very, very Mogu. The scout shouts a warning! And he leaps all the way across. And so now we get some more Sorok forces to face here. Some that are even stealthed, and I've actually been doing this on my Demon Hunter where I've gone in here and started to use Spectral Sight to see them and try to draw them out of stealth before they attack us. But you can see here, this is the Vault of the King's Pass that we were told about, and you can see the Sorok are all over this place. Again, it's just quite hilarious to see that this is happening, and apparently the Mogu are just either are so ignorant that they don't know about it, or they're so arrogant that they don't care. Because they are lesser races, they don't matter. And it's like, you know, they are looting your vaults. We don't care. Again, very Mogu. Which is why I was trying to bring attention to how ridiculous, silly, and stupid and pathetic they are. And yet Garrosh wanted to follow their example. Garrosh learned, you know, as he was being told about the Mogu, was like, "Ah, yes, I have much to learn about these Mogu." Which just says so much, because I've been pointing out how pathetic and ridiculous and stupid the Mogu are. And yet Garrosh wants to follow their example. Which says quite a bit about Garrosh, doesn't it? I mean, just look at all the Sorok around here. So then this is our next boss. This is yeah. Gekon, although the fight is actually all four of these guys here. As the Mogu clans battle for supremacy, the cunning Gekon leads his fearsome Sorok raiding party into the palace's fabled treasure caches. Loyalty is not usually ascribed to these ruthless reptilian beings, but Gekon's courage and tactical brilliance inspire a sense of honor in his soldiers. So, he'll have things such as reckless inspiration. Gekon inspires one of his subordinates, increasing haste by 25% and rendering them immune to long-duration crowd control effects, but also increasing their damage taken by 25%. Whenever a member of his entourage dies, he casts reckless inspiration on himself. On death, he utters a final rallying cry, granting reckless inspiration to all remaining members of his entourage. Which is all these other guys here, Ironhide Skulker, Oracle, and Hexer. So, whenever you take one of them down, another one of them is going to get stronger. So you'll see that Gekon doesn't have any buffs at the moment. The Ironhide here reduces damage taken by nearby allies, and that's channeled. So he'll go around and do that.
Stop them!
And there is another one right there, now coming out of stealth. But you'll see now Gekon got Reckless Inspiration. And he gets another because I killed the second one of them. Now when he dies, that actually goes to the other two now that are remaining. Now in Remix, people just jump down from there and we just take them all on and just don't really care about it. But yeah, back when this was current and heroic, this could probably get a little messy if you weren't, you know, able to properly coordinate, like, okay, let's focus that one down. You'd have to figure out, okay, do we take down Gekon first, or do we take down everybody else, and then just focus on a really powerful Gekon? Or Gekon. Gekon! Gekon! Thank you. So the idea was, of course, like, okay, we're going to take down Gekon first, And then his allies will have a temporary buff, because you saw it wasn't permanent. It was lasting only like 20, 25 seconds. But Gekon is probably the strongest of those 5, so it's easier to take out the other 4 and then focus on Gekon, you know, because he's the strongest of them. But then again, we are making him stronger if we just focus on his ads as opposed to him, you know? So you had to kind of make a decision as a group when this was actually tough to do back in the day. And so that leads us to our final boss, Zin himself. The title of Weapon Master has many definitions among Azeroth's inhabitants. To Zin, it means that Mogu weaponry obeys his every command. The king is more than willing to demonstrate his deadly skills to anyone who questions his right to rule Pandaria. Which, keep in mind at this time, he is believing that, thinking,
What is this? More have come to claim my crown. They are small and weak.
He believes that Lei Shen is gone for good and that he's not coming back. He doesn't know that Lei Shen is about to come back, which, if he did, let's be very clear about this, Lei Shen would have walked in here and absolutely wiped the floor with this guy. This guy is nothing compared to Lei Shen. That's why he's a dungeon boss, and Lei Shen is... I mean, well, I was going to say the final boss of the Throne of Thunder, unless you include Ra Den, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to say that Lei Shen is the final boss of the Throne of Thunder, because it's actually very appropriate. Even though Ra Den is an extra, like, little, like, yep, you know, which kind of makes sense, but... So, these Guardians... Oh, it accidentally hit him! Ah! I did not mean to do that. I am so sorry. I was going to show off the fight a bit because he has all these weapons on the side here that all of a sudden just start flying around and start causing all this stuff. I am so upset at myself for doing that. I targeted the dog, and the way that Arcane Charges works, it goes to multiple if it's built up and it had 2 charges, and I am so mad right now that I did that. I really wanted to show off that fight a bit more. So when I pulled him, he said, "You are not the first to challenge me, peons. You will not be the last." And then he says, "You call that a fight?" Yeah. But yeah, he has a ground slam. He has these other things like every weapon in the arsenal, mounted crossbows, will shoot, inflict damage. This fight is rough with all the stuff that's going on. Blade traps, whirling axes. He does a bellowing roar, which activates the arsenal of his choice, inflicting damage to all enemies. A circle of flame. There's a lot of really cool stuff that happens in this fight. I'm so mad I didn't get to show it off to you. I really apologize.
Tell me of your travels.
Truly a fight for the ages. That's funny considering what just happened. I'm glad that you're on our side.
I hope to see you again soon. Travel safe.
Pandaria is indebted to you. In fact, you know what?
Farewell.
No, I'm not going to accept that. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to make an edit. I'm going to bring another character here, and I'm going to try and actually show off this fight proper. I'll be right back. Alright, so now let's see if I can actually show off this fight a bit. I can't show you the entire fight, because it relies on his health going down, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to one-shot him here, so...
You are not the first to challenge me, peons. You will not be the last.
So here comes the circle of flame. And here comes the ground slam. So you can see it makes a circle of flame on the ground, so we gotta get out of there. Yeah. So he'll do another ground slam. And again, I really wish that... I want to show off the... I hope he does the whirling axes here. He may not, unfortunately. So the sword traps on the side there, yeah, they'll do a stream of blades, you know, out throughout the room. and the crossbows will be shooting out, you know, arrows from the walls. Trust me when I say this fight can get pretty crazy and chaotic as you progress through it. Unfortunately, I don't have something that's going to just whittle him down, like, teensy bit by teensy bit, because even if I do, like, say, Frost Nova, it one-shots him. I unfortunately don't have a character at the right level range appropriate to make sure I can actually whittle it down, so... Because he's level 35. So, anyways. So, yeah, now that Xin is dead, because of us, there is now no one around to oppose Lei Shen from taking control of the Mogu when he comes back. And that's our fault, so yay! So now how about we actually head to the Isle of Thunder, shall we? Now what's funny is that I have done this before on characters that I actually wanted to have go farm the Throne of Thunder raid. Because you can't get to the raid unless you get access to the Isle of Thunder. And you have to do something specific for that. But the thing is, I've never done anything past that in terms of the story on the Isle of Thunder, so this will be a treat for me. Hey, Desco.
Greetings, traveler.
The time to attack the Thunder King has come. A small group of Sunreavers awaits you near the Shadowpan garrison in Townlong Steppes. Report to Scout Captain Elsia for further instructions.
This land tests us.
Considering the amount of references we've had during this expansion, I would be surprised and even a little disappointed if Blizzard didn't have a quest here named Thunderstruck. I mean, come on. You've been Thunderstruck! I better stop doing that so I don't get hit with copyright.
Glory to the Sindorai. For silver.
We must move quickly. The others have gone ahead of us, but I will brief you in the flight over.
You are here. The Regent Lord has asked about you specifically. Are you ready to go?
There is no time to waste. Every moment we delay here gives Jaina and the Kirin more of a hold on the Isle. Lorthamar awaits us. Speak to me when you're ready to depart. I'll escort you there myself. We get daily quests on the Isle of Thunder, plus we get this. The Sunreaver Beacon, which returns you to the Sunreavers on the Isle of Thunder, but it only works on the Isle of Thunder or in the Throne of Thunder raid.
We do what we must.
Alright, I'm ready to go. She says, the Alliance moves on the Isle of Thunder as we speak.
Shirella Ron. Pandaran legends tell of Lei Shin, the Thunder King. He was the brutal founder of the Mogu Empire over 12,000 years ago. He united the Mogu, defeated the other Pandaran races, and founded a glorious nation with the slave labor of those he conquered. The Thunder King built a palatial fortress on the borders of his empire. We should see it soon.
I am born of thunder!
Oh, hey, Nalak. I actually have to kill you soon, and I'm sad you just spawned as I show up. So get used to hearing Nalak shout as we're here. As is usually the case with the world bosses. In fact, I'm probably going to go ahead and grab his mount here. I'm so glad I finally have this mount. I really wanted this mount. I love that thundering, like, aesthetic around them. I love that. It's one of the reasons why I also wanted this one from Hulan. You know? Lorthamar, Aethys, Garana.
The eternal sun still guides.
You'll also notice some others here, like there's Elsia, who just brought us over here. There's Hatharel, who you probably remember him from when we saved him from Dalaran.
We are a nation on the run.
We've got some others here. This is the quartermaster for the Sunreaver Onslaught, who doesn't have stuff right now because this is Remix.
What do you seek?
But yeah, there's a number of guys here. A couple of them we've met before.
Baladash Malanore.
You've arrived just in time, Blood Elf. Yeah, the fact that I'm a Blood Elf throughout this is also, like, yes, I'm a Demon Hunter, but I am still a Blood Elf. So it's just kind of, like, fitting that we're kind of going through this with these Blood Elves as they are going through this whole ordeal, like what they just went through in Dalaran. It is crucial... Hold on. I'm debating whether or not I need to get rid of the chat here. Yeah, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Just in case. You have arrived just in time, Blood Elf. It is crucial that we gain control of these shores before the Kirin Tor. There is much to explain.
Aldiel Shalah. Aethys, leave us for a moment. Hero, you have served the Horde nobly across many campaigns. I feel I can take you into confidence.
What's up, Lorthamar?
Our war chief's campaign across Kalimdor and Pandaria is pulling the Horde apart at the seams. We're here to fight the Thunder King. Justice demands it, and Hellscream is too preoccupied at Domination Point to pay attention here. But in defeating him, we must seek out the source of his great power. We must claim it for ourselves as leverage against our war chief. In the event of an uprising, we must be prepared. Heads up! Ha! It will feel good to bloody my blade again. Against Alliance or Mogu, does not matter to me. Enough talk. You know how precarious our position is. Between the Alliance and the Thunder King, only with the help of heroes like you can we hope to succeed here. Anarala Belore, hero. Good luck.
Thanks, Lorthamar. So you'll notice we get a portal that takes us back to the mainland of the Shadowpan Garrison, and we get this little beacon that teleports us over to the shore, which is called the Court of Bones.
The rebuilding continues.
On this island, I must ask you to face great dangers. Your loyalty and trust are appreciated, of course.
Silvermoon will know prosperity again.
Our scouting efforts along the coast has given us valuable intelligence about the island. However, we will accomplish nothing if we do not advance forward into the mainland. I have assembled a team of our most elite aerial units to begin the attack. I would like you to join the assault. A champion such as yourself could turn the battle in our favor as at the critical moment. When you're ready to begin the attack, speak to me.
We find strength.
Which, of course, is a solo queue scenario.
What I do for Quel'Thalas.
I intend to show you guys some more of those scenarios I haven't shown off yet, as part of the story as well.
The Shadowpan arrived here before we did, and they are already at work undermining the Thunder King's forces. I want you to meet with Terran Zu, the leader of the Shadowpan, and offer your services on behalf of the Sunreavers. I doubt he is truly in need of the aid, but the gesture holds importance in itself.
I'm glad Lorthamar understands that. It's not so much that we think they need our help, it's we want to extend an offer of helping you, and that gesture on its own means something. At least it does to some people. Not everyone takes that gesture as an important thing, but some do. Some hold that as relevant, that just the gesture alone of offering your help to them means something.
The light of the
And
sun
Lorthamar understands that.
We have
Alright, so let's go ahead and do this here. Mount the Bloodhawk and fly with Elsia over the island.
selected a landing site for our forces, a small peninsula to our east that is easily defended. Alas, the Zandalari trolls have already claimed and fortified it. They are protecting it with a powerful spirit barrier. We will need to disable it before our ships can land. Champion, I need you to lead a ground assault and take down that barrier from within. Mount up and rendezvous with Scout Captain Elsia. She is organizing an elite group of rangers to accompany you. May the light of the sun shine upon you.
Thanks, Orthamar.
Up here, champion. The Sun Reavers have devised a way to ward our flying mounts against the lightning. But fly in loose formation, just in case. Look below. Our continued assaults on the town and crypts have thrown the enemy into disarray. The Mogu and the Zandalari already fear the might of the Horde. Do you see the central tower? Lightning strikes it continuously. Aethys suspects that the storms originate from the heart of the palace itself. The Thunder King's palace lies ahead. We must secure a foothold on the island before we can assault his fortress. The other rangers are waiting for us just ahead. Our first priority is... Look out! By the Sunwell! The skies betray us! We are not safe up here! Hold on!
Well, I guess I can now actually say that we have been...
Are you alright?
thunderstruck! Sorry.
Not safe at all. They were waiting for us. Our forces are scattered throughout the swamp, and we are alone behind...
They come! To arms, me brothers! Hurl them back to the sea!
No, not good.
It's alright, Elsia. I gotcha.
It's too far away.
We'll be fine. You got a demon hunter on your side, and you're fine.
You have not seen the full might of the Zandalari!
I mean, he's right. We won't see that until we get to BFA. Wink.
They are pulling back, but we cannot let up now. Our only hope of getting out of here alive is to take the town. Entrance is barricaded. Break it down.
Hold the ruins!
I need to
Lay them
target
where they
something
stand.
first.
Good work, hero. Let's move on.
Aha. The Devil's Blood Elixir heals 5% of your max health every 3 seconds.
Crush the intruders! The barrier must not fall!
I do not like the look of that troll. Be careful!
Crash the Ripper!
I'm out of range. I need a target.
You make this look easy.
Oh, well. Shucks.
It's too far away.
What can I say, Elsia? Other than, well, yeah, I'm a demon hunter. Of course I do.
I need to get closer.
Especially if you listen to the internet and all the stereotypes about that. I'm sorry, I shouldn't bring that up. It actually irritates me and upsets me when people do that. So I shouldn't joke about it. But I could also joke that, well, this is Remix. Of course, we're making everything look easy. People will run in and literally try to solo the raid bosses in Remix because they think they are that strong that they can do that. The Ways of the Light. I'd like to say that this is kind of a teaser for what we would find in BFA, which is, of course, when we get Zandalari Trolls as a allied race, that they can be paladins. And this is why Shaw being surprised by them in the BOD raid was kind of a hill tilt, because I'm like, Shaw, did you not know about these guys back in the Throne of Thunder? Thunderlaw forever.
The shield! It is down! We did it! Champion, without your help, I would have died in that swamp. I owe you my very life.
Victory to the Sindori, and another triumph for the Horde. Romath, establish a perimeter. Aethus, begin placing the sentry wards. Cathiel, unload the shelters and supplies. Brothers and sisters of the Horde, enemies surround us on all sides. Your courage in weeks to come will be the difference between victory and defeat.
And so now we set up our own little base right here. A bunch of Dawn Guards here, Blood Knights here. There's Aethus. Thunderwing. More portals. Amariel Sunsworn. There's Sabor. Remember him from Dalaran? Again, you're noticing names here that we actually saved from Dalaran who are here now.
The beauty of Eversong endures.
Yes, you have done it. We will be as a tide that sweeps over this island, bringing with it a new destiny for our people. And you, hero, are at its forefront.
Champion, you have brought glory to the Horde. Your unshakable will has secured our position here. Now, the true work begins.
Notice how... I want to point something out. Before the events of Dalaran, Lorthamar had been in contact with Varian, planning to have the Blood Elves leave the Horde and rejoin the Alliance. I say rejoin because remember they actually were part of the Alliance in Warcraft 3. The Purge of Dalaran absolutely destroyed those ideas. At that point, Lorthamar was like, okay, you know what? No, we're not going to the Alliance. We're sticking with the Horde, but we're going to do what we can, especially against Garrosh. At this point, he is committed to the Horde, but he's also committed to helping us take down Garrosh. So we may as well consider him an ally, not just against Garrosh, but as part of the Horde, because now his plans to actually leave the Horde and go to the Alliance are gone at this point. So it's a little different compared to how he was earlier, where he actually was planning to do that, until Dalaran. The time has come. Our forces are well enough entrenched here that we can risk pressing forward into the Thunder King's lair. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he'll be opening that gate anytime soon. I suppose we'll have to make a gate of our own then. Let me know when you're ready.
We are a nation on the rise.
This gets us rep with the Sunreaver Onslaught.
I proudly serve as Regent.
And you'll notice this is yet another instance we get to do. So, let's tear down the wall.
The light of the sunlight be with you.
Hello, Lei Shen.
The unworthy have not yet learned of my power. War God Al-Chukla, add my strength to my... Make a demonstration of these invaders, such that all nations tremble before me.
All will fall before us.
Shambu! Secure the inner courtyard. None should look upon my works and live.
As my Emperor wills.
Well. Elsia!
It is chaos out there. The siege has begun, but our heavy explosives never made it to the wall. I will cover the flanks. Gather up our explosives and get them to the wall. Hurry!
You got it. Hello, Zandalari. So, let me take a moment to talk about Lei Shen, just because that was kind of a nice visual representation of why he... Lei Shen just clearly has this kind of charisma to him, that it's so easy to see why he took control of the Mogu, like, in such an easy fashion. Not only because of his power, but because he just had this charisma that made them clearly wanted to follow him. And it's also a very interesting idea when you think about the kind of power he has, that he could also do what he did, which was transfer some of that power he has to his followers so that they can kind of wield some of his power, which I would like to remind you, his power is from Ra-Den. He is so incredibly powerful because he is basically wielding power that he didn't really... that really shouldn't be his, but he found it and made it his own, and it happens to be the power of the Thunder Keeper Ra-Den, you know, the Keeper of the Titans, which of course the Titans gave Ra-Den all this immense, incredible power over thunder and, you know, lightning and all that. It's an immense amount of power. And Lei Shen found it and got it, and he's also been keeping Ra-Den.
Show them our might.
Like, basically imprisoned deep underneath the Throne of Thunder to keep using it for himself. This is one of the reasons why Ra-Den is... Well, not Ra-Den. Why Lei Shen is so powerful. But it's also... To really understand, like, the significance of this...
I need a target.
Imagine a nation that doesn't really have that much actual power on their own. Sorry that I'm talking while Al-Chukla is trying to talk over me. But imagine, say, a real-life nation
Target something first.
stumbling onto the technology of, say...
Get closer.
I'll just go ahead and use this example because I'm currently watching it right now. Star Trek The Next Generation. Imagine if, let's say, America or any other nation in real life found the Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation. Think about the technology that is aboard that ship. How much advanced technology is there, and what that would mean for their advancement in civilization and power in their society and their people. That is basically the kind of equivalent of what Lei Shen finding and gaining the power of Ra-Den did for him personally, as well as the Mogu. That's why they became such a grand empire.
I need to get closer.
Because he then had the power of the Titan Ra-Den at his disposal and use. Elsia.
Anaria Shola.
Alright, I found the explosives.
We do what we must.
And we are going to see this on display when we take him on in the raid. It's why him as a raid boss.
Hero, you may have the honor.
this
is such a big deal and why it's such a like awesome and crazy fight.
hot fury of magic and steel.
He loves being back in the battlefield.
Destroy them, my brothers!
Spectacular! Move up! Press onward! Show them no quarter!
This way.
And I want to reiterate this point. Us finding the Mogushan vaults and destroying the Will of the Emperor engine and destroying the endless army that was within it was a monumental deal because, as you saw, he has so much power.
I need a target.
Now imagine he has an endless army of Mogu at his disposal, which are all very strong, because when you do that fight, you see how strong each of those enemies in that fight are.
I need to target something.
Now imagine that Lei Shen has control over that on top of what he already has from Raden. There is no way we are defeating him with that kind of combination. So us finding that and destroying it before he could get it is so crucial, otherwise there is no way we would have won or survived this whole conflict against him here.
I'm out of range.
Now I imagine, like right here, we're at the Emperor's Gates here, that we got by. But the idea here is that we are about to face someone who was given a portion of Lei Shen's power. And I imagine Al-Chukla, I'm probably going to make this look super easy, but Al-Chukla is probably supposed to be a really tough fight, but that's only because he has a fraction, just a fraction of Lei Shen's power.
To that troll.
What did he do? He made him stronger with the power of thunder.
Step forward! Witness the gift of the Thunder King! I was chosen! My blood burns with his power!
I'm going to kind of show off the fight a bit because I think the point here of seeing just how strong this guy is with just a fraction of Lei Shen's power is a really cool point and showcase to compare just how much stronger Lei Shen is compared to this guy with only a fraction of Lei Shen's power. Now, unfortunately, it looks like he doesn't have that many mechanics, but...
Spirit cannot contain his might! You will be punished! Your life a lesson in futility! Sandala!
Bar the gates! The Sandalari have failed to hold the wall.
Rangers, to me! We have broken their lines.
My Lord Regent, you should not be so close to the front lines.
Nonsense. This is where I belong. Champion, again you are at the forefront of a Horde triumph. And once more I am in your debt. Regroup behind the wards, everyone. They will counterattack, but we will be ready.
Notice that a few more notable Blood Elves are here. Halduran, Kethiel, and Alina.
I greet you on behalf of Silvermoon.
With your help, we are one giant step closer to our goal.
What I do for Quel'Thalas.
We can use the Terror Wing that you found to strike a decisive blow against the Mogu. Their mining operation is vulnerable to attack from the air, and your Terror Wing is the only beast that we have capable of flying out there. Let me know when you are ready.
See, with the help of the Shadow Pan and this beast you recovered, I believe we can infiltrate and disable the Thunder King's armory.
I like how we're getting multiple instances here that kind of like let us continue the story here. You'll also notice that there's Thorel as well as Jirana. I believe that is a... Oh, wait, no, that's going to be the other portion. That's where we go meet Terran Zoo. You'll also notice we have some more scrolls around here. More stuff that will allow us to have more stories with Lord Walker Cho. Alright, we're going to go ahead and cut off here. When we return, we will be continuing our advancement into the Throne of Thunder. Stay tuned.